which is why they won't say it publicly.
Now, how do you give an advantage to local business in tough economic times? Yes, we'll be asking you guys in a minute. How do you encourage people to spend their cash locally and give a strong sense of identity to your town or city? Well, the people of Bristol have come up with a cunning plan. It seems that money talks, and hopefully so does our West of England business correspondent Dave Harvey. Dave, what's this all about?
Well, it's quite an extraordinary thing, Joe, as you say, and right here we have the first Bristol pound. I'll just show that to you. Steal it, rather rudely, from the Lord Mayor. That is a Bristol pound, printed specially for this city. The Lord Mayor has just bought this loaf of bread. You better have your loaf of bread back, Lord Mayor, and give the local baker his pound, because that is the first transaction made in this city, here in the historic heart of Bristol. For years, of course, the centre of trading and of finance and of banking, now very much a local market. They're trying to bring those two things together, finance and local trading, by printing their own currency. Do people want it? Have a look at the queue. That is a queue of people who are trying to get their hands on some Bristol pounds. They do £1, fivers, tenors and 20s. Lots of interest, as you can see this morning, quite a celebratory feel. I'll tell you what, the exchange rate is 1-to-1 with sterling. Technically, I better keep quiet because people don't like this, it is actually a voucher, because you hand over your sterling and you're given Bristol pounds in return. Where can they be used? About 300 local businesses who trade in the city, many of them in this place, the old market. Let's come on through here. Just come through a busy city trading this morning here, and you see the sort of independent local traders you often find in places like this. So here we have lots of local, very local Brizzle T-shirts. Lucy Wheeler, you love this. Brizzle born and bred, me, that's what it says. And are you?
Yes, indeed, yes.
So why are you taking this currency?
I think the Bristol Pound is celebrating everything that's great about Bristol, and we support everything that's local.
So it's a lovely local feel-good, and this morning we've had all sorts of people here sort of joining into that spirit. Do you think your actual customers, after the fizzes of the launch has died away, will come back using this currency?
Well, our customers already shop local, so like here in St Nicholas Market, for example. So I think when they see their friends using it, I think they're all going to join in.
OK, well, it's certainly something that all the politicians want to have a slice of the action with. We've had, obviously, there's a mayoral election underway here in Bristol, and all the would-be mayors have been here this morning. I've seen several MPs, councillors. Let's keep the politicians out of it for a moment and have a word with Chris Sunderland. Chris, you're one of the directors of the Bristol Pound. What's the idea? You're actually trying to change the way we think about money.
Yes, I suppose we're trying to say you can use your money to back your city and to back your local independent traders who need a leg up in these times. But also, with a local currency like this, which, say it changes hands 8 times each Bristol pound, then it's like there was £8 for every £1. It's called the local multiplier effect.
They've done some serious economic research on this, haven't they, discovering that if you spend money with a multiple and national retailer, it sort of disappears out of the city. Is that right?
Absolutely. About 80% of what's spent with a supermarket or a chain store goes straight to London and the financial institutions, and we've all got a bit suspicious about that process. A local currency is for the city region, and it will ricochet around the city region and add to its wealth.
OK, lovely idea, lovely aspiration, interesting theory. Are people really going to sign up? They have to hand over sterling for this stuff. It's not just toy money, is it?
Well, I can tell you they've already sold out at that stall, and they're telling me I've got to rush up and get some more. So I think there's an enormous interest in this, and we know that there are 300 businesses either signed up or signing up right now, and we expect in a year's time there'll be at least 1,000 businesses part of this, and 2,000 in 2 years. That's what we're looking for.
Well, thank you, Chris. Those numbers are interesting because they actually make it the biggest scheme in the world already. The big two ones at the moment in Germany and America, they have about 300 businesses which Bristol has already signed up. And just to give you an idea of how the world is watching this city, I've just been talking to somebody from Russian television, Dmitry Sochin. He told me the people of St. Petersburg would like to have their own currency, but he doesn't think they'll be getting one anytime soon.
Dave Harvey, thank you very much. Well, listen, it looks great. It is a good idea, but will it actually work? I mean, my immediate thought was, would I go down and take my pounds and exchange them for those vouchers? Would you do?
You see,
Hey, give me your £20 and I'll give you.
I'll give you from Sydney to Sweden, and can go from Los Angeles to Latvia, and that
£20 note.
And you'll put it in your pocket.
Yeah, we've got it. Right, give him a Daily Politics voucher.
Why shouldn't it work? I mean,
Why?
my view is this is a really interesting initiative. And why wouldn't it work? I mean,
Will it make people spend more? Because if it's about, as we were talking about lack of demand, and it's about trying to encourage people to spend more in Bristol, do you think it will do that?
I think it might have a short-term effect.
Yeah,
clearly, in the long term, that's not going to
I think there's two
solve
things
the economic problem.
I think the two things it's great for. One is city morale. I think it'd be wonderful to get a connection between I spend in my city.
Yeah, that's right.
My small trader employs someone else because of it. I feel I've contributed towards something local. I think that'll be a tremendous thing.